Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's panel discussion. My name is Emily Rufina Anak Hongki. It is my privilege to be the moderator for this session. As we all know, our technology has advanced more rapidly. Gadgets like tablets, cell phones, and computers connect to web, which allows us to upload and download information, which can quickly move through to social networking sites to an audience of hundreds, thousands, or even millions. This new um, communication, this new form of communication connects us to millions of peoples, not only millions but billions. The internet is an incredible tool that allows us to connect with families and friends. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to our honorable panelists for today's discussion. The first panelist is Marceleni Adriana Markus, who is a university student. Hello, Marceleni. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay, that's great. Next, we have Siti Nurain binti Muhammad Sain, who is a successful businesswoman. Last but not least, our third panelist, Henryson Tutong Anak Anthony, who is a English teacher. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a big round of applause. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to each and every one of you for your willingness to be part of this discussion. I hope everyone is doing great and healthy and ready to share their thoughts and option and opinion uh, about today's topics, which is social media. Without further ado, let's kickstart this discussion by sharing an insight of the definition of social media to the audience. I would like to invite Marceleni to share what do you understand about social media.
Thank you. For me, social media, which also known as social networking sites, a website that allow us build a public profile that we can share about the information that about our personal interest, photograph and blog entires. It is also a great way to connect with our friends and our family. Thank you.
Oh, so according to you, social media is the platform for us to share our interest. What about Siti Nurain? As a businesswoman, how do you define social media?
Okay, thank you, Emily. Okay, for me, social media is the application of our medium that we share everything that we want to share. And I would like to share with you guys about Andreas Kaplan and Michael Henlin define social media. After this, I will share with you guys who is them. So, Andreas Kaplan and Michael Henlin define social media as a group internet based application that developed on the basis of Web 2.0 ideology and that techno- uh, sorry Web 2.0 ideology and technology and that enable creation and exchange. And you guys know who is Andreas Kaplan and Michael Hellin?
No.
Okay, so If you guys want to know, uh, Michael Henning and Andrews Kaplan is a professor marketing at ESCP Business School, which is they are actually specialists in the areas of social media, uh, viral marketing, and also digital world in general. So, and one more thing, uh, if you want to know, Facebook is the most users, is the most social media that uh, is the most number of active users in millions with 2,740 million users. Yeah, it's quite uh, big, right? So that's all from me.
Wow, I've never thought of that. Now let's hear from our last panelist, Henryson. What do you understand about the word social media?
Thank you. For me, social media is refers to the means of interaction among people in which they create, share, or exchange information and ideas in virtual communities and networks. That's all.
Okay, based on the explanation by the panelists, I can say that social media plays a very crucial role in our everyday life. Well, as we can see, social media is widely used by a lot of people all around the globe, regardless their age and races. From what you guys have explained, what is the advantages of social media?
Um, Me, as a student, I personally think that it increases student collaboration. I believe that every student today have at least one account of social media. Students become friends with their classmates on social media and are more likely to collaborate on projects. This can lead to higher retention of rates as students are more connected to the institution and their peers. Faculty can use social media as a way to get student participate. Yeah, yes, participate. Many students are what naturally shy. They may not speak up in classroom, but that may not be the case in social media, right? Did a student grow up in on social media, and for many way, it is a natural way to interact. Faculty can use social media such as Twitter to ask questions, and students can answer the question by including a specific hashtag. This not only allows the faculty to get the student answer, but also um, help the student to create dialogue with the other student. That's what my my that's from me. Thank you.
Okay, so how about you, Henryson? How does social media give a positive impact to the community?
What a good questions. As we know, social networking sites allow people to communicate and remain in contact with friends as well as meet new people. These sites allow people to find others with similar interests that they can create a relationship with and get to know one another. Groups can be joined or formed. Uh, uh, Groups can be joined or formed to meet people with similar interests and views. Social networking allow for creative expression by using tools such as blogging and messaging to post ideas and stories. Users also share poems, interest in music, TV shows, hobbies, photos, and many other things. Even invitations can be made and sent to friends rather than having to mail invitations, and friends can also get for an event on the site. Uh, Not only it used to talk to friends, but it also used to discuss educational topics. Social networking is said to increase a person's quality of life and can reduce health risks. Many people report that they have not had any negative experience with social networking, and schools are starting to look at it as an educational tool. The use of social networking helps improve technological skills of students and expose them to many diverse views about things. It also has helped with communication skills and allows the learnings of cultures from users all over the world. Students also use social networking to discuss homework topics with peers online and to get helps on assignments. 60% of students on social networks have said that they talk about education, and 50% specifically talk about school work assignments. These students seem to have an extraordinary set of traditional and 21st century skills, including communications, creativity, collaborations, and leadership skills and technology proficiency. Parents are expecting schools to take advantage of using online social networking to educate children, but to do so in a safe way. Therefore, some public schools have created a secure social network for its students to be able to communicate with their teachers and the other students. That's all from me.
Thank you, Henderson. Other than that, why do you think social media is beneficial for us?
Okay. For the question, okay, thank you, Emily. For the question, I think as like me as a businesswoman, social media it's used for promotion and advertising, which is this is because for me as a businesswoman, I need to promote about my business with the whole world because nowadays, if you guys see, the whole world is connecting by social media, right? So by from that, the easy and the cheaper way to promote my business is by using the social media. From that, I can freely promote everything about my business with the people that I want. Okay. This also called uh, strategy marketing to increase my sell product. So other beneficial social media for us, for me, especially for me as a businesswoman, is social media helps in connectivity between the people. Nowadays, the world is totally depends on the social media and everything, and we can see we can't see someone does not use social media nowadays, right? So from that, as a businesswoman, social media can help me to make a friend with anywhere. sorry, to make friends from anywhere. Sometimes something like my friend at the Jakarta, Canada, Australia, and so on. From that, the people at the overseas can know about my business, and it will grow my product uh, until the overseas. So that's all from me.
Okay, thank you, Siti Nurain. Nevertheless, social media also brings a myriad of disadvantages. Um, for your opinion, how does social media give negative impact to us?
Pardon, can you repeat your question?
Mm, for your opinion, how does social media give negative impacts uh, to us?
Okay, for me, everything in this world have their pros and cons, right? Same like social media. Social media also have their disadvantages and bad side. So Emily, just now you said impact for us, negative impact.
Yes.
Do you think that social media bullying or cyberbullying is a negative impact for us?
I think it is.
I think it is. All right. So I will proceed with my point. Okay. So social media bullying can cause bullying or cyberbullying, which is cyberbullying is one of the most thing about the worst thing about social media. Okay, cyberbullying is the bullying that done through the social media platform. Most people make fake account on social media for teasing the other people. Okay, they can do everything that they want to do without being traced. They bully other people by sending bad video, bad thing, and of course bad comment. So mostly the people attempt suicide or harm themselves by another kind of thing. A maximum of 5,000 cases found that people commit suicide due to cyberbullying on social media. Alright, so the second point about Emily's question is about wasting time. Alright, so most people use social media platform for lazy and Time pass. In my complete research on the advantage and disadvantage social media, I have found that social media as the media is the biggest time waster of the people. Alright, so media is at the top of the list in wasting precious time of the people. Actually, it is depend on the user how they use the social media platform. They use social media for work or use social media for lazy. Like me, I use social media for my business. But we can see right now, mostly the teenagers and students are suffered from these issues. They use social media only for scrolling the news feed and sharing pictures and video with each other. They waste their precious time using social media and didn't take a step for their future and professional career. Social media is a platform considered the top most time waster for teenagers and a student. That is my conclusion. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Siti Nurain. Apart from Siti Nurain explanation, what is the other disadvantage of social media?
Other than what Siti Nurain said, social media is harmful because it invades your privacy like never before. The oversharing happen on social media makes children a target for predators or uh, well known as hackers. Uh, this will lead to cyberbullying, which affects any person significantly. Thus, the sharing on social media, especially by children, must be monitored all the times by their parents. Next up is the addition of social media, which is quite common among the teenagers. This addiction hampers with the uh, academic performance of a student as they waste their time on social media instead instead of studying. Other than that, social media also creates communal rifts. Fake news is spread with the use of it, which poisons the mind of peace-loving citizens. That's all.
All right. As the technology evolves, what do you think of the disadvantage of social media to the young generation?
Okay, as we know, social media is the most popular communication media nowadays. More and more people, from young children to adults, use social media to communicate with other people. Little by little, social media has become an integral part of the way people communicate with one another and has increasingly taken the place of face to face communication. This leads to the decrease of face to face communication skills, especially to young generation. So the we can say that social media affect the and our face to face communication. It decreased the face to face communication. Why this happen? This is because the children grow up without learning um, the the nonverbal clues and facial gesture of other people. The communication of um, social media is only done by using keyboard and using voice message. Social interaction is critical to developing skill needed to understand people's mood and emotion. Hence, children who's growing up interacting by using social media maybe turn out non-empathic and um, also become poor to communicating verbally and non-verbally. That's my opinion to the effect of social media to young generation. Thank you.
Thank you for all of your dedication for today's discussion. To encapsulate, surely social media has both advantages and disadvantages, but it all depends on how the users use social media. The youngster must particularly create a balanced life about their academic performance, and the adults must balance their life by doing some physical activities. and excess use of anything will be harmful. That is the same thing is applied to the social media. Therefore, we must strive to live a satisfying and healthy lifestyle in the right balance. Ladies and gentlemen, finally we have come to the end of the discussion today. We would like to thank the panelists, all of the panelists, um, for their informative and interesting talk. Hopefully, the audience will elicit informative, um, informative and beneficial info about social media that they don't know yet. And thank you for all of your attention.